And hello everyone, all about the driver here, and I wanted to show you the IMSA Season 3 calendar for the 2021 iRacing calendar. Here it is. And there's some very interesting choices here, and some good ones, and some not so good ones. And so I got some decisions to make on whether or not I want to race this again, especially because I'm in a championship where the schedule this season mandated 4 drops basically off the hop because the choices were not very good. So the first one that you see, Watkins Glen, that is because of the fact of the 6 hours at the Glen. That's why it is sitting in that position. Very good starter, very good invite to the series. 2 thumbs up. The issue is right immediately thereafter. And you have a run of 5 tracks that easily are SR killers. So the first one you see, Kansas Speedway Road Course. A lot of people didn't even know Kansas Speedway had a road course. It has been used before in iRacing, but a long time ago. And I wanted to show you what it looked like. Here it is. 2.37 miles, or just under 4 kilometers, and that's it. That is the circuit in general, and this oval is only 1.5 miles around. So it's not like Daytona where you have long distances to go. You're going to spend a lot of time on throttle from right here to right here. And then obviously from probably here to here, and then reciprocating to here. Lots of on throttle time. The right fronts are going to be hating life. This to me is a complete miss. It's a very bad roval. If this would have read Charlotte Roval, I would have been okay with that. As it stands, I believe it is in season 4, because they're already working through that schedule. However, they do recover. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, what the old timers used to call Most Sport. This is going to catch people unaware, because Most Sport, when you look at the map, you're like, oh, that's very easy. You drive it, it's not very easy. A lot of rolling terrain. So picture certain elements of Phillip Island in mid-Ohio, and you now have Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Road Atlanta, self-explanatory, very popular, definitely SR killer. Lime Rock Grand Prix layout. I think there is a real life event that's in coordination, but we're going to have LMP2s. This cannot end very well. Then Hockenheim. Hockenheim proved it's not so easy to pass there. Qualifying is very important at Hockenheim, and definitely was a major crash fest in both VRS and IMSA this season, or ESS this season. But then I want to talk about week 7. In week 7, I think is an inspired choice, and that is Snetterton, the 300 layout. So 300 is 3 miles in length, and here is the circuit. And it's got a good mix of straights and also tight corners. And for those who are Jimmy Broadbent fans, at the time of this recording, him and his teammate, Jim Hepsworth, had just finished in their Praga a round of Brit car here. And this was the layout used. So I'd be very curious to see how well this races. I think it's a very good choice for the series. The LMPs will have 2 main straights, plus the run from Bombhole down the Murrays, plus the short shoot coming out of Palmer to Augustini to get by people. GT3s have raced on this particular circuit. Very, very good choice. I'm very happy to see it on the calendar. Road America, self-explanatory, great circuit. But then what I consider to be the third miss on this calendar. The first one is Kansas, second one is Lime Rock, the third one is Bathurst. Here's why. I'm not concerned about the GT3s. You have the 12-hour Bathurst. But the GTEs, how are they going to handle the middle third of going up and then back down the mountain? And then the LMP2s. Because the LMP2s now have the same challenge. And the gradients are severe enough where you're going to have sufficient ride height. Otherwise, you could have floor damage. And it's narrow. Bathurst is not exactly the widest circuit. It's going to be very popular. I expect good attendance. But I'm very concerned about the racing. I don't have good feelings about this. Let me give you an example. If I am a GT3 car and an LMP2 is driving through the second corner, so you have the left-hander start the lap, you have the long straight, and then you have the right-hander to start you up the mountain. If an LMP2 gets through that corner, and I, as a GT3 car, am already a third of the way up, heading into the tight complex, I have no incentive to let him by because there's nowhere to really let him by very carefully. Will LMP drivers be patient? Some of them will not, and it's going to cause a lot of heartburn. I don't think this is suitable for multi-class. There's too much disparity. You have Daytona Road Course, you have Montreal, and then Laguna Seca, which I believe is also tied to a live event. So, looking at this for me, I have 2 very clear drop weeks. Kansas Speedway, Lime Rock Park. Mount Panorama is a maybe. Now, for those that like IMSA, you're going to want to do this season. And the reason is what I'm about to show you is the provisional for season 4. You notice right here. And this is terrible. It is a terrible calendar. Homestead Road Course A. Now, if this is the one that has part of the oval, it's a big fat no. If it's the other road course that's none, that might be okay. It might not be okay. Long Beach, we already know participation was very bad at Long Beach. Very low participation compared to rest. Then you have Road Atlanta for Petit Le Mans. And then you have VIR. Great course, but because you're running the full shebang, who is really going to show up for that? Kansas shows up once again. Then you have Montreal. You have a good value add in Phillip Island. You have Daytona once again. And the problem with that is now you will have Daytona yet again for the 24 hours. And then they put the 24-hour layout of the green hell. How are LMP2s going to handle the roller coasters, fellas? Just saying. Just saying. You have Sebring, and then the final two is absolutely a joke. Zolder. No. You're going to have very low participation as Zolder. At least with Nürburgring, people at least show up. But the racing is not going to be very good. And once again, similar to Mount Panorama, if someone gets stuck behind a car at the wrong part of Green Hell, you're waiting a while to get by if you're in an LMP2. And final, the big finale for the calendar year, Okayama. VRS at the time of this recording was going on at Okayama, and the racing has not been very good. So here it is, the schedule. We are definitely 50-50 on Season 3, but if Season 4 retains this current format, we absolutely will not be participating in IMSA. Anyway, my friends, that's it for now. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on both here, the YouTube channel, and over on my Twitch channel. Thanks a lot. God bless.